Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Social Studies for today. Yesterday we talked about the Constitution. Today we are going to dig into some different parts of the Constitution, including the Bill of Rights. We will talk about the Bill of Rights, and then we will also be talking about something called amendments. I know I mentioned this a little bit yesterday, but amendments are something that is changed on our U.S. Constitution. So something that has been changed from what it originally was is an amendment. So we're going to read our article here, and then there's a short video that goes along with it. Citizens of the United States enjoy many freedoms. The Constitution protects our rights. The Bill of Rights is part of the Constitution. It lists how our rights as citizens are protected. These rights include freedom of expression, freedom of religion, and the right to vote. Those accused of a crime have the right to a fair trial. In school, these rights mean that you have the right to learn, the right to read and write, and the right to access the materials that help you learn. You have the right to be safe and to be protected. There is a short video right here. I'm going to play within your video. All right, so that was a awesome short little video just talking about the Bill of Rights and how that was not originally a part of our Constitution. It was added on later because our founding fathers felt that it was so important for us to have our rights specifically written down in our U.S. Constitution because it didn't specifically say that before. It didn't specifically say that we had all of those rights. However, once that was added in, there was no arguing that those were our rights. So I am going to pull up, my image went away, so I'll have to pull it up again. I want to go through that list again. Our Bill of Rights. Let me find a better image here. All right, so this is a picture of the 10 amendments on our Bill of Rights. So, if you look at the top, we have Amendment 1 all the way down to number 10. This just means that these are different rights that were added into the Constitution. So, number 1, U.S. citizens have freedoms of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. Amendment number 1 is what we are going to talk about a lot today. We're going to dig into what Amendment number 1 means and what are all the rights that come out of Amendment 1. But let's look at some of the other ones. Amendment 2 means that you have the right to bear arms. What does that mean, to bear arms? It means that you are able to own guns if you are old enough, or sometimes if you're younger, you might own them too. but you have the right to bear arms, which is meaning you can have a gun. Amendment 3, the government may not force U.S. citizens to shelter soldiers. Now that seems kind of silly now. Why would the government make me have a soldier live in my house? Well, before the American Revolution, the British king was forcing American colonists to have soldiers stay with them. They didn't have a choice. The soldiers needed somewhere to stay, and the king said, you have to let them stay with you. And the colonists did not like that, so they added that into the Bill of Rights, so we would never have to worry about it again. Number 4, we're protected from unreasonable searches, which means that you have to have some type of court judge saying it's okay to go in and search your property. The police can't just come in and search your house without asking. Number 5, the government may not force U.S. citizens to testify themselves in court, which means if you commit a crime, you don't have to testify against yourself admitting that you were guilty. 6, U.S. citizens have the right to a fair trial. If you do something wrong, you are not guilty until you are proven guilty in court. So you will be able to get a trial. Number 7, you have the right to a trial by jury, which means that people from the community will come in and they will judge you on your crime and determine if you are guilty or if you're innocent. 8, citizens are protected from cruel and unusual punishment. That just means that there's not going to be anything too cruel when you commit a crime. It'll be a fair punishment for that crime. Number 9, citizens may have rights that are not listed in the Constitution. Now this one might seem kind of funny too, but our founding fathers were very smart and they didn't want our government to start using the Bill of Rights against us. So they said, well, there's other rights that citizens have that they might not have listed in here. So that is what number 9 is saying, that U.S. citizens have other rights too, but they might just not be listed here in the Constitution. And number 10, powers not given to the federal government by the U.S. Constitution belong to the state or to the people. So that is also saying that the people are playing a part in our government and they have powers too in our government. All right, but like I said, we're going to focus a lot on amendment number 1 today. So I'm going to go back into here and we're going to click on the First Amendment. I'm going to read a little bit more about the First Amendment because, again, looking at this page, the First Amendment is the U.S. citizens have freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. Whoa, those are some big words. What does press mean? What does assembly and petition mean? We're going to talk about that today. All right, I'm going to read this passage here. The Constitution says that everyone has the right to be treated equally, no matter what we look like or where we come from. We should all have the same opportunities. The First Amendment identifies and protects 5 important rights of our citizens. It protects freedoms of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petitioning the government. So we're going to talk about some more of those throughout the week. As you can see, they're listed on our readings, but we're going to not dig too much further into those today because we do have another assignment that I want us to get going on. But be ready for later in the week. We're going to be digging deeper into freedom of press, religion, assembly, speech, and petition of the government. And like I said, those are some big words. Maybe I don't know what it means to have the right to assemble. You don't know it yet, but we will be working on that in our next assignment. So what I want you to do now is download your attachment into Notability. It will say that you can't download it. That's okay, right? Remember, we still download it into Notability, and then you can hit the play button at the top, and you will listen to me guiding you through your next assignment.